7:15.
It is 7:15. This is the Borough of Crafton Council meeting, March 23rd, 2020. Call to order. Flag salute. Vice President.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get different things together. Mr. Ayla,
Here.
Mr. Amendola,
Here.
Mr. Cross,
Here.
Mr. Crown,
Here.
Ms. Villavasser,
Here.
Ms. Perry,
Here.
Mr. Sada,
Here.
Mayor Bloom,
Here.
Solicitor Corbel.
Here.
Mr. Minchman will not be here tonight. I am here. And Mr. Kazarowski will not be here also. You do have a quorum, both in person and online.
Thank you. Moving forward with the approval of the bills list dated March 23rd, 2020.
So moved. Seconded.
Any comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passage of the bill list. Moving on to the approval of the minutes for March 9th, 2020.
So moved. Second.
Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Hearing none, passage of the minutes, thank you. Citizen comments, seeing that we have no citizen comments this evening, we're going to move forward with the acknowledgement of the receipt of written reports for February 2020. We have the Treasurer's Report, the Financial Report, the Act 511 and Trash Collection Report, the Property Tax Collection Report, the Police Report, the EMS Report, the Ordinance Officer's Report, the Building Inspection Report, Public Works Report, Fire Department Report, and Library Report. Any questions concerning those reports?
Mr. President, the only thing I may say is, due to all the things that are going on, some of these reports have not been submitted just because the personnel are not there.
Okay. Thank you. All right, moving forward with the President's Report, I wanted to thank everybody in the community through this difficult time that we've been seeing at the national and state and local level. We've been working with the Mayor's office on our response and managing the situation and working with Allegheny County EMC. With that being said, we've had a few executive sessions to discuss, and with that, we're going to continue to have executive sessions as new information becomes available to ensure the safety and welfare of all of our citizens. With that, I'm going to move on to the Mayor's report.
I would like to thank the business owners and the citizens of the borough for complying with the recommendations from the governor's office and the federal government as far as social distancing, businesses that are closed. It's a shame we have to do this. But in the long run, I think it's going to pay off. Maybe the curve won't be as high as it was in other countries. And we'll just have to hope that it all works well. One other item is that the Carlinton teachers from Crafton Elementary tomorrow are going to be doing a parade through Crafton to wave at their kids. I'm sorry?
It was canceled.
It was canceled.
Yeah, because of the order coming from Allegheny County.
Well, nobody notified me that the event has been canceled, so it's canceled.
The order only came in at 2 today, so.
Yeah, no, I didn't receive a call. Sorry.
It's the
okay.
thought that counts. We live in a wonderful community, and the teachers really care about our students, and so we appreciate the effort, and it won't be lost on us. So thank you, Mayor, for bringing that to our attention. We do have our Chief of Police, Mark Sumter here. He's also our EMC. That means Emergency Management Coordinator. We're going to have a couple of motions down the line here on the business agenda that will be related to emergency management. But Mark Sumter has been on our force for a very long time, and he's very well trained, and we are in excellent hands with Mark Sumter downstairs with the police department. So with that being said, I'm going to move forward to the engineer's report. This evening, I don't believe we have one, do we?
We do not.
No engineer's report. Solicitor's report, Mr. Corbel.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to clarify one thing. The council met in executive session to discuss emergency preparedness issues on March 20th, 21st, and 23rd. As Mr. Lavasser indicated, council will continue to do so. I think for Sunshine Act purposes, we should just keep track of those dates and make an announcement at our next public meeting, rather than guessing when we will be meeting from here until the next public meeting, whenever that will be. Other than that, I have nothing to report if there are no questions.
Yeah, I'd like to add that those are mostly informational sessions. We're not really deliberating, we're mostly just getting updated, so
Yes.
for all those out there listening.
Correct. Thank
That's
you.
correct, yep.
All right. Do we have any other business, Mr. Corbel?
None for me.
All right, thank you. All right, manager's report.
This will be very brief, Mr. President. We're handling all things coming in. Everyone knows, or a few people know, but our inspection service is eliminated door-to-door service. So we are at their beck and will to handle routine things that they are no longer providing based on their company proposal. If there is an emergency in inspections, they will take care of it, but I'm not quite sure what an emergency inspection is at this point, quite frankly.
Okay.
I just got this word from our garbage collector. I'd like to everyone know, effective tomorrow, Waste Management will not take any bulk collections or any cleanup stuff or any yard waste. All trash and refuse must be bagged and sealed. Loose items will not be collected. And anything in recycling left outside the bin will not also be collected.
This is just temporary because of the...
That is correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
So-
It just came through at 6:59.
Right.
Actually 6:30 this evening.
A notification came through, Savvy Citizen as well.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think Charisma took care of that for me.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
saw a notification through the residents, so.
Okay. Other than that, everything else is being handled as it should be by the borough staff and everyone involved.
Question for manager. The schools have been canceled now until April, whatever, and maybe another. Have the school zone speed limit signs been turned off?
Mayor, that was turned off a minute and a half after you requested.
That's great. I appreciate it. Thanks.
That is done, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Amendola.
It's Fred. Okay, I just interrupt for a second. If you're not talking into your phone, you should mute it because we're getting a feedback and it seems to be coming from your phone or your connection. So if you're not speaking, can you mute your button, Philip?
Oh,
Please?
no, Fred, we're just gonna have to deal with it because we won't hear if he mutes.
Oh, I see.
Everybody needs to be muted
Okay.
but Philip.
Speaker, but everybody else on our call is muted.
Turn on the iPad.
Okay. I'm only getting every other word. I don't know what Russ said. I have no idea what he said. It was every other word. I'll go back to mute.
Just Philip.
Yeah, Mr. Amendola, the manager said that Waste Management will not be taking any waste that is not bagged properly and in its can. No loose items, construction debris, anything along those lines will not be collected, including yard waste.
The notification went out on Savvy Citizen.
And a notification has been pushed out through Savvy Citizen, and we will update the website accordingly.
These people may have their stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Is that the end of Mr. Manager McKibben's report?
Oh, sorry.
Is it the end of your report?
Yes, that is. We're just trying to get through this as well as anybody else, and doing the best we can.
Yes.
So I have a question, what's the status of, so the staff in the office, they're not coming in until notified, need to go on it?
I have a very limited staff, alternating. It's two of us
Okay,
at all times,
all right.
and we kind of are essential in answering the phone until something happens or whatever that negates that fact. We're going to continue as that.
And the office is closed.
The office is closed, the building is closed, the community center is closed. In any event that was scheduled or whatever, they have been notified that that is the case. We will try to reschedule when we can. We'll have to deal with that. There's just so many things going on right now that we don't know what to close and how to reschedule at this point. From everything from shelters down in the park to the swimming pool to everything. We are up in the air and facing the same battles as everybody else. But
So, yeah, this is a once in a lifetime.
it's an unprecedented time.
Right. What's our enforcement look like for like the park and things like that, for gatherings or down at the shopping center or?
I will have to actually bow to the chief of police on this one. I'm sorry, I don't like to do that, but I have not heard or we've not made a decision as council as to closing the parks. As far as gatherings and that goes, the chief is much more, much better to address this issue than I am. Thank you.
And I just had one question for Mr. McKibben. Just if he could let the public know if there's an urgent issue that maybe would need the borough's attention, what is the best way to contact the office, either by phone or maybe the portal?
At this point, it's by phone
Okay.
during business hours. If not, then it would I would send it would be the email or through the website, because we get all of those and they're forwarded to us and we'll handle them as best as we can.
Great. Thank you.
Can I get an answer on my question?
Presently, right now, there's no problems within the shopping center. There's still businesses open. I believe all the banks down there only let one person in at a time, or they use their drive-throughs. The only place that there would be a significant amount of people is the Giant Eagle, which is not controlled by us. It's just the way that the world's running right now. But everything right now seems to be in hand and everything's running smoothly.
Thank you. All right, going to move forward to the business agenda. Under administration, we have a motion to approve change order number 1. It's a deduct of $9,421.97. Crafton Borough Green Light Go Signal Replacement Project as recommended by Gateway Engineering.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I just had a question. With respect to the agenda, the motion item, it looks like there's the 9,000 figure and a minus before that, so are we saving that money or is?
Actually, yes, this is a savings. They're eliminating a light pole that they thought was not necessary, so this is actually a savings. Yes, sir.
And that will probably help with the accessibility issue that we were discussing with the sidewalk.
They thought the pole would have created a problem with accessibility.
Yeah.
And that's why it was eliminated, and as they looked at the whole thing, thought that it could be eliminated at a savings to the borough and to allow for better accessibility. Yes, sir.
Awesome, thank you. Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All that oppose, motion passes. Motion to accept the low bid of $278,309.60 submitted by Youngblood Paving for the 2020 road program as recommended by KLH Engineering.
So moved.
Seconded.
Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
All that oppose, motion passes. Motion to approve Resolution 2020-02 for the adoption of the Emergency Operations Plan as prepared and submitted by the Emergency Management Coordinator.
So moved.
Seconded.
Any questions?
What's in this plan here?
It outlines the order of operations, the hierarchy within the organization with command and control of incidents for Crafton Borough, and I believe our plan also covers Thornburg.
Presently, Thornburg, the emergency management contact that made Thornburg is in the process of doing their own, which is required by FEMA.
Okay. Okay. So basically, it just gives an outline of activities and the hierarchy of authority within the organization and the chain of command. Okay. And I believe the EMC shared that with us last week. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All that oppose? All right. Motion passes. Motion to authorize the advertisement for bids on the South Grandview Storm Sewer Separation Project as prepared by Gateway Engineering.
So moved.
Seconded.
All right. Any questions? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All that oppose? All right, motion passes. Motion to appoint Fire Chief Mike Crown as a temporary deputy EMC effective March 20th, 2020.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Fred, I think you're, okay, there we go.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All that oppose? All right. Moving forward to discussion items.
Mr. President, I actually have a few items I'd like to bring up, just real briefly. First off, I want to thank everybody in the community that has stepped up, whether volunteered or donated items. We've been seeing throughout the past couple of days that multiple businesses as well as individuals have stepped up to help folks in need. So I just want to say thank you for helping out those that need help during this type of time. And a second item, other communities, this has brought up to be an issue, so just kind of more of an awareness of when utilizing our sewer system to be cautious and cognizant of what you're flushing down the toilet. There have been other communities that houses have been having issues because of items that should not be flushed down the toilet have been, and it's putting a strain on our sewer system as well as individual homes. So just as a caution to other homeowners and other residents.
Yeah, if you're a tenant or a homeowner alike, some of the items are pretty typical. Due to the run on toilet paper nationwide, it seems as people are resorting to flushable wipes and to baby wipes, and those items do not dissolve the way toilet paper has been engineered to, and that's been causing backups in their own laterals and inside systems. So we would like to try to minimize the impact on our public works. We're trying to keep our public works staff safe and trying to minimize their time out in the field to deal with the sewers. So thank you on that, and thank you, Mr. Aguilar, Mr. Savas, pardon. All right. So moving forward, any other items? All right. just would like to put in a plug. We're getting a lot of notice from the blood banks that it's a time of need at the blood banks. Vitalent is looking for donors. They're assuring the public that they have the facilities to manage the situation. So if you have the availability and willingness to donate blood during this time, please do so, because there's been a shortage of blood. The community center, moving on, so the community center will remain closed until further notice and all activities canceled indefinitely. The borough office will remain closed to the public. However, staff is available during normal business hours and can be reached via telephone or email. There's a drop box in the rear of the building for any written correspondence. Any changes to this action will be posted on the borough website and Savvy Citizen. The borough will continue to update the website with pertinent information. We will continue to post this meeting, and we will be looking at technology solutions if the legislature enables council to meet digitally in an hour for public participation at our meetings. And we will be evaluating the schedule. The borough code permits council to hold only one meeting a month. We may go to a shortened council meeting schedule until the situation is mitigated. So we will be posting our schedule and making decisions as more information becomes available to us through Allegheny County. So please be assured that we'll continue posting information to Savvy Citizen and to the website. And we are looking at technology, and again, this hinges upon our legislators in the governor's office to make accommodations for the unique situation that boroughs in the Commonwealth find ourselves in. So with that being said,
I'm sorry, Mr. President,
Yep.
just one quick thing I should have mentioned in my manager's thing. The Johnston North Emily sewer project, there was supposed to be a meeting in 2 days. I hand-delivered notices to all those people that has been canceled for obvious reasons. I don't know when it'll happen again, but we have no contractors that are allowed to work anyway, so, but we will reschedule that meeting as soon as it's feasible.
yes, thank you. Thank you for everybody for coming, and I hope we all continue to stay calm and focused. I know it's difficult during this time to, and everybody's getting a little cabin fever, but there aren't any exclusions at this point for people taking their walks, and we've seen numerous people taking advantage of the miles of sidewalks that we have in the Crafton Borough, and I encourage everybody to keep up the social distancing and stay calm during this event.
Yeah, wash your hands and stay in the house. I have a sister who's a nurse at one of the UPMC main hospitals in a hazmat suit right now, so let's keep her out of the front lines if we can.
Thank you, Mr. Faust. And with that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
I thought you were doing
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, we can have an let's have an executive session.
Are you-
Oh.